Are other characters going to learn that Bellamy is one of the returned, and how will they react? Or how might they react, I should say?
Yeah, yeah. He basically tries to keep it a secret, but then as things progress, yeah, everyone's gonna know basically, and how that's gonna affect them, I don't know. I'm waiting to find out.
Will Bellamy's being sick now affect Jacob in any way, or how will he react when he finds out?
No, no, I don't think it affects Jacob. Seems to be able to sense certain things that you're not quite sure, how broad that is, how, what he can really sense. We're sort of playing in the gray area of that, but it doesn't really. He's sort of sheltered from that, actually. Yeah.
Can you talk about how things have changed for Maggie now that her mother has come back and is gone again?
Well, I think it's a be careful what you wish for sort of a situation. Initially, Barbara comes back and that seems like it would be roses and butterflies and that's all Maggie's ever wanted is to have a mother, and then it's not great and it's not picture perfect, and Maggie takes time to deal with it, and maybe not in the most understanding way, but she just processes the return of her mother in this interesting situation, and then by the time Maggie comes around to it, Barbara's taken away from her. So thinking about it through Maggie's eyes, like the best way I can explain it is that it's like you don't know when someone's going to go. You don't know how long you're going to have them. You don't know how short or long it's going to be, so you better enjoy what's in front of you while it's in front of you. I think Maggie dealt with Barbara disappearing she fell pretty far when Barbara disappeared, and I think it's because there was so much self-hatred for not coming around to Barbara's return sooner, because she missed out on an opportunity.
Bellamy is the tie to the government aspect of the storyline, and Maggie is kind of the more in-between figure. But how much are you guys playing with that as we go forward this season? Or is it more tied into like the Arcadia stuff? Are you guys a little bit more removed from the government stuff as we go further along?
I think the government stuff it plays a bit more this season, and I think that's the writers being honest to a concept like this. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? If this sort of got out, I mean, it would be beyond a big deal. But what factions of, that's why we've not to tease too much, but there's like different factions of sects of people. Like, we believe this, we don't believe that, and now everyone's sort of taking sides. And I think having that government aspect, which is pretty ambiguous, because we still don't know, like, well, what part of the government are they? Is this a shadow government? You know what I mean? And I like that stuff because it kind of plays on the, Area 51, and it's just like this is a whole other, thing happening. This is in real life where it's like no one knows, like it exists, but we don't know what's there. And then there's people like, I worked there for 20 years and they have this, and then they're like, he's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun in our show. Like, yeah, we play that stuff out a bit more in this.
Well, how is Maggie's relationship with Fred evolving now that her mother is gone again?
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. I feel they've had quite a road, and I feel like once Barbara disappears, she sees Fred in such a different light. Once she sees him with Barbara, she sees the man that he was before he lost his wife. And I think also him cutting out the booze and trying to get straight and listening to people and understanding more about the return, I think that's helped them get over a lot. But when Maggie sees Fred with Barbara, that completely changes the view she's had of her father her entire life. And now she can relate to him in a way because she's also lost her mother now. So she's experienced a loss that she never could really understand and articulate before because she was a baby. So in a way, Maggie dodged a bullet having her. She didn't grow up with a mother, but she had her mother. She didn't have to go through the mourning period of it. And now Maggie's gone through the mourning period as a cognizant, fully aware, fully felt adult. So it's kind of lesser of two evils. Which one would you want?